Welcome, and thank you for joining this journey into the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Today, we're talking about how to master your mind, not with tricks or hacks, but with ancient practices tested through centuries. The Stoics believe that a calm, disciplined mind can overcome any external chaos. And in a world full of distractions, pressure, and emotional overwhelm, their philosophy is more relevant than ever. Let's begin with the first Stoic practice. Brain practice 1. Control what you can control. This principle might sound simple, but it is profoundly life-changing. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." Think about that for a second. We spend so much energy stressing over things that are completely out of our control. What other people say, the weather, the economy, social media, or even how others treat us. But Stoicism teaches us to shift our focus inward. Instead of wasting time on what we can't control, we focus on what we can. Our thoughts, our emotions, our decisions, our responses, our effort. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine you're preparing for an important job interview. You study hard, practice, show up on time. But in the end, the interviewer doesn't choose you. Now, you can beat yourself up, overthink, and spiral into self-doubt. Or you can pause and ask yourself, did I do everything that was within my control? If the answer is yes, then let go of the rest. This is true power. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, your mind becomes lighter, calmer, and more focused. Let's go deeper. The Stoics believe that external events are neutral. They aren't good or bad in themselves. It's our judgment that labels them. And our judgment, that's 100% within our control. So, when something goes wrong, instead of reacting emotionally, ask, is this something I can control? If yes, take action. If no, let it go. The goal is to train your mind like a warrior trains his reflexes, to remain calm under pressure, to respond with reason, not rage. Here's a small daily exercise. Every morning, write down 3 things you're worried about. Then circle the ones you can control. Focus only on those. Over time, this habit rewires your brain. You'll stop feeling like a victim of life and start acting like the master of your mind. Now that we've learned how to focus only on what we can control, it's time to take things a step further. The second powerful Stoic practice is this. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Sounds motivational, right? But for the Stoics, this wasn't just a mindset. It was a way of living. The great emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Let that sink in. What stands in the way becomes the way. It means the thing you're resisting, the pain you're avoiding, the failure you're afraid of, that might actually be your greatest teacher. Let's break it down. Life will throw obstacles at you. You'll face rejection, loss, betrayal, failure. We all do. But the Stoics believe that every obstacle is a test, a chance to practice virtue, to grow stronger, to evolve. Here's how they approached it. If someone insults you, it's a chance to practice patience and self-control. If you lose something you care about, it's a chance to reflect on impermanence and detach from ego. If you fail at something, it's a chance to learn, adapt, and come back wiser. Let me give you an example. Let's say you start a business and it completely fails. You lose money, time, maybe even confidence. A non-Stoic mindset says, this is the end. I'm not good enough. But a Stoic says, this failure is feedback. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? It's not about pretending that pain doesn't exist. It's about using that pain as fuel. Fire turns everything thrown into it into flame and light. Be like that fire. The key here is perspective. Most people see obstacles as roadblocks, but Stoics see them as redirections. A doorway to new strength, new skills, and new levels of self-awareness. Here's a challenge for you. Think of one obstacle in your life right now. Ask, what lesson is hidden inside this? Ask, how can I grow from this? It might feel uncomfortable, but that's how growth always feels in the beginning. Over time, you'll build what the Stoics call inner citadel, an unshakable core that doesn't collapse when life gets hard. Let's recap. Obstacle reaction growth. It's not just about staying calm. It's about transforming setbacks into stepping stones. Remember, the obstacle is not in the way. The obstacle is the way. We've talked about controlling what we can. We've talked about turning obstacles into fuel. Now we end with perhaps the most powerful Stoic reminder of all. Memento Mori. Remember, you will die. Now I know that sounds dark, but the Stoics didn't use this to create fear. They used it to create clarity. Because when you truly understand that your time is limited, everything becomes sharper. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." It's not about being afraid of death. It's about using that awareness to live more intentionally. You stop wasting time. You stop holding grudges. You stop putting things off because you realize this moment right here is your life. Let me ask you something. If you knew you only had 1 year left, would you still argue about little things? Would you still scroll mindlessly? Would you still delay your dreams? Or would you wake up earlier? Speak kinder? Create something meaningful? Tell the people you love how you feel? That's the power of Memento Mori. It grounds you, it strips away the noise, and it forces you to ask, what actually matters? The Stoics would reflect on mortality daily. Epictetus said, "Keep death and exile before your eyes every day, and you'll never have a base thought, nor will you have an excessive desire." Because if we remember that everything is temporary, our anger becomes softer, our greed fades, our anxiety dissolves, we become present. Here's a simple Stoic practice. Every morning, remind yourself, this day is a gift. I'm not guaranteed tomorrow. And every night, reflect, did I live today with intention? Was I kind, focused, true to myself? This habit doesn't make you morbid. It makes you alive. You stop being a prisoner of fear. You stop postponing joy. And you start becoming the master of your time, of your mind, and of your life. Man in lotus position, final thoughts. So let's recap the 3 Stoic practices. Control what you can control. Let go of what's outside your power. Own what's within. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Use every challenge to grow stronger and wiser. Memento Mori. Let the awareness of death bring clarity and peace to your life. These aren't just ideas. They're tools. Tools to build an unshakable mind in a chaotic world. You don't need a perfect life. You need a powerful perspective. And the Stoics gave us exactly that. So breathe deep, stand tall, and walk forward with calm courage and clarity. Because you, my friend, are the master of your mind.